Welcome to Nursing 613. This is your capstone project, your scholarly project. So what we're going to do is we're going to work through a sequence of components of your scholarly project through this particular course. So it's very important to really take a deep dive into the course and know what's encased within the course to help you with that trajectory for successful completion of your scholarly project. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of the course itself. We're in the announcements section. Here's the information on me, my contact information. And then we're going to start out in the syllabus and important dates. So the syllabus for the course itself is here, and please refer to the syllabus. The important dates for the course are listed here. Just because there's due dates here doesn't mean you have to wait until that due date to submit those particular components of your scholarly project. Each and every one of you are on a different time frame, and I realize that, but these dates are listed here to keep you on track, to keep you moving through the progress of the scholarly project so that you can indeed graduate. That's our ultimate goal, besides having a stellar scholarly project. So just kind of write these dates down and make sure that you plan accordingly so that we can move through the project. We are going to be doing a draft and review process, and each time that you do a submission, I'm going to provide feedback to you, and please do expect feedback. But with that being said, make sure that you turn in a stellar project or portion of your project as you go along. Make sure that you double check everything, that you're complying with the rubrics, and that you're using your scholarly guide as well as the APA manual. So all of those components are very important as you're constructing your drafts. I'll provide some feedback, and I'll ask you to revise, and then we'll move on to the next step. So just know that there is a draft and review process involved in this particular course. So the next section that's very important to you is the, let me move me around here, is the course materials section. And this is where you will find the bulk of the documents that you will need to complete this course. One of the components is the IRB application process, and there's an IRB form and a checklist that's here in this section, and you will need to go through each one of those, and I need to review your IRB information before you actually move forward to the committee itself, the IRB committee itself, for approval. So again, it's the draft and review process, so that will be one of the things that we will be doing as well. And in order to help you through the process, I've also included some templates and some forms for your projects so that you can use these samples to guide your the formulation of the documents for your project. I do need to share with you that there are some upcoming changes in what's required for IRB committees, so just know ahead of time that there may be some minor changes in this course based on the national requirements as far as IRB approval and documentation. So kind of keep that in mind, that things may morph just a little bit as we move forward based on what's called the common rule. That's something that's coming down the pike, so I wanted to forewarn you of that. So like I said, there's the templates for your project, and then here is the scholarly project guide. And again, this is very important for you to use as a guide as you're completing your project. And then also here is the rubric for the final paper, but this again is the guide that you need to use as you're putting your paper together to make sure that you hit on each one of those components that's listed on the rubric, and that you're meeting all the requirements so that we ultimately have a stellar paper when we're finished. So With that being said, the next section is the assignment section. And this is where you will submit each one of the components, and all the due dates are listed here for you as well. But this is where you will submit each portion. And as you submit a portion, I'll provide feedback. You will revise that portion, and then you'll send that revised portion along with the next piece in the next assignment link. So you're adding to your paper as you go. So again, that's the sole purpose, is to make sure that you have a really good end product. So there's the assignments. I also have the virtual office hours. Please let me know if you want to schedule office hours with me. I will most certainly do so, and we'll set up a time that works for you. Just know that we can do this via phone if you would prefer to do so, or we could use the Zoom, of course. The other thing is, as we get closer to the end of the course, the nursing graduate survey will be included here. And again, since this is your capstone project, we ask that you complete the graduate survey. That's very helpful for us as we try to improve the program here at McKendree University. And then also just know that there's direct access for you to the library right here. This is the library one-stop shop. So all the information are links that you need to actually use the library is included here. So it's right accessible for you. And always remember that we need to be very frugal and cautious about the types of resources that we use in the scholarly project, making sure that the resources are evidence-based and that they're from reputable resources, and that it's appropriate for your particular project. So not only are you finding X number of resources, make sure that they're high quality resource, because this is your legacy, so to speak, for your master's program. This is where you're putting everything together in doing this final project. So this project will really speak of you as a master's prepared nurse. So it's really important that we use valuable resources and pertinent resources, and some resources from, say, other countries may not be appropriate for your particular organization, and some may. If you do use resources outside of the country, make sure that you document why it's so important to include that in your paper. And also looking at the types of resources that you're using, making sure that they are actually peer reviewed or reputable resources, such as some of the government-based websites, those types of things. But steer clear of course, Wikipedia, any of the lay type resources such as WebMD, all of those types of things. They really don't have a place in your scholarly project. So let's go ahead and move on back to our course itself. And always remember that you need to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. I would be happy to help you. So if you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll look forward to working with you through this course. Thank you so much. Take care now.